We've been at this for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So we've had clients, both you and I, our first clients are still our clients. So we're now talking
5-ish?
25, 26
25
years.
Yeah.
And those people really haven't aged a ton. Obviously, they have chronologically, but physically, they're still doing so much of the same thing. They're totally crushing it. So this concept of being strong, having muscle mass, being strong. So strength training and having cardiovascular fitness.
Yes.
Those two things, that combination of, if you're doing those two things well and consistently, everything else kind of takes care of itself. So that all-cause mortality metric is one that gets improved hugely. And as you can imagine, if you're lifting weights a couple times a week or moving heavy stuff, right? Because that's really like, if you work on a farm and you're moving heavy shit around all the time, then you are getting some of that strength training.
Shit sometimes
you're on a farm. That's right. If you're doing heavy loading stuff,
yes,
and you're getting, you're really puffing, multiple times a week from either a workout or something else that you're doing, those are super important for long-term health. And then, of course, if you're more healthy, if you feel better, you generally eat better. Your sleep is better.
Active, your sleep is better.
So there's all these benefits that go with it that help your overall health and wellness profile.
And quality of life. And I think it's important to clarify, lots of these clients are in their 80s and some in their late 80s. My mom just left for a trip. She's in her 80s and and she just let me know, she said so she's with a group and there's some mobility issues in the group. And that's making the airport really difficult to manage because they're having to get, the carts that drive people and all that. Because if you're not able to mobilize yourself from point A to point B and you're traveling, it's a real challenge. So I think that most of us would look at these kind of super fit 80-year-olds and say, yeah, that when I have time to travel and I'm in my 80s, that's why I want to travel, is to be able to go on a hike and to be able to maybe do a bike tour and do all these fabulous things, but still have the capacity to go walk and carry my suitcase and be able to do all these things. It's a kind of a game changer.
It's so important. And we've seen it for years. Like, it's just in front of us all the time.
We kind of took it for granted, I think.
We did. And now the whole longevity conversation and health span, which is like being healthy for as long as possible.
Health span is a really good term because, you could say, I want to live to be 100, but you should really be thinking about what's the quality of the years. In order to live to be 100, I'd say most of us would want to be mobile and enjoying life.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things I really like about this combination, be strong, have good cardio fitness, is it's really simple. Those are two things that, I just got to move heavy stuff every week sometimes. And I need to make sure that I'm puffing fairly hard multiple times a week. Those are pretty easy things to do. And I've told you this at home. A really simple way of doing both at the same time is I climb stairs carrying heavy dumbbells. Mm-hmm. So I'm working on my grip strength, my overall loading, my whole system. And by the time I'm done a set of 6-7 flights of stairs,
it's a good exercise.
I am like my heart rate's at like 160.
Right.
Which,
and how long would that take you?
Minute and a half. So I'm holding. So I'm grip strength training at the same time. Yeah. And it doesn't seem that heavy to start with.
Yeah.
And I'm loading my skeleton.
Yeah.
But by the time I'm done everything, it's a minute and a half in. I've been it's not just holding, like it's the whole
kind of anaerobic, which is great. And so I think that that's an important piece, is for your VO₂ to improve that, which is your oxygen capacity. Going for a long run is not your best strategy to improve your VO₂. You need to do bursts of demanding activity to get your heart rate up to as close to max as you can handle. and then try to sustain that for at least 30 seconds. And that's what's going to have the biggest impact on your MVO2.
Yeah. The upside with that, it's hard,
Yes.
but it's short.
Yeah.
Which is really nice.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to go for a 45-minute, 50-minute run. If you want to and you enjoy that kind of stuff, great, but don't ignore the short,
other
intense
side of
stuff
it.
either.
Yeah. And to me, the runs outside nature, that's more stress relief, and that's more about doing things that you
Yes.
enjoy,
Yeah,
or,
absolutely.
playing pickleball, things like that with your
Yeah.
friends. That it's cardio for
Yeah.
sure. You're moving, but don't think that that's going to have an impact on your actual MVO2, which is a really important measure of longevity.